Okay, this is an introduction to a website that I use all the time called Turnitin.com. It's used by a lot of high schools and particularly universities that actually start at the university level to help fight plagiarism. And basically, it cross-checks everything that's out there in print or online for everything in a paper to make sure there's no copying and plagiarism going on. But it's being used for so many other applications right now. So I'm just going to show you how it works. So when I log into my account, hopefully it'll let me do it. I'm going to play with this with Screencast-O-Matic, but we'll see. Um, okay, so I log into my account. And you see these are my classes. And so I'm basically going to show you using one of my classes. So you basically set up your classes in this. And then, so I'm going to pull up World History Honors. My students submit their classes here into this, their essays, all of their homework. I can see I set the time that the class, I set the time that the assignment starts and the due date, and it talks about when it posts, but I don't never really worry about that. And so basically I set these things up. I add assignments, I can add paper assignments, I can give them weight, various things. And students submit them electronically once I let them join the class. But what I want to show you is how I grade things. So to give you an example of some of the things that are done, let me look down here. In this essay, the final draft, I'll pull this up, view. These are my students that have submitted. It actually shows the time the paper was submitted and then if things are late. Not everyone submitted it to Turnitin. Some people turned in a paper copy for this assignment, but for this case I'm going to show you what it does. So here it shows you that this Emma Flynn's paper has a 9% similarity rating. So what that means, if I click on it, is that her paper, it's actually really interesting. And it's going to cut it off a little bit here, but it actually color codes it, and everything that's in green is similar to this other internet source. It has a 1% match. It basically color codes it. So everything in yellow looks like, oh, that's her highlighting. Let's see. So in her works cited, obviously someone else used same sources, but it color codes it so you can see where they got their material from. And sometimes you'll have students that copy each other's work. Any work that's submitted to Turnitin automatically goes in the database. And so that's really great because then you can see and catch students who are copying from each other. Another feature that I really like about this is that it allows you to teach students how to paraphrase because you can actually show them. This isn't a really good one to show you, but it actually allows you, if I pull on the source, it will actually give me a two-pane view with the source on the right-hand side that it's comparing to, and then I can actually show the student the original source and what they put in their paper, and I can help them paraphrase. For this purposes, I'm not going to show you that, but it can do that, so it's pretty interesting. Now, if I want to grade her paper, I pull up the paper like this, and I apologize, this screen looks like it's, let me see if I can adjust it at all to get it more in the viewing area. There we go. Basically, what we've done is at Christ the King, we have our own writing rules and rubric, but you can pull up any different rubrics here. You can see, you can create your own rubric, but for this purpose, I'll do the, there's commonly used, but there's the Christ the King writing rules rubric, which you can set up your own rubric. So when I pull up a paper, I'm going to be able to grade it using this rubric. Now in our rubric system, there are actually numbered items that the students learn about. So like number 1, all essays should be written in MLA format. Okay, so basically if you look, all as I said before, all of these different numbers, says here, like number 4, comment number 4, give your paper a clear thesis sentence at the end of the introduction. This rule is most important. Or there's some that just talk about what good changes, comma cite. You see that this teacher, our English teachers, have created this rubric. So when they're grading the paper, guess what? They go, oh, number 4. Oh, not a clear thesis statement. They drop that comment in. So when they're grading, they go, citations are wrong. I'm just putting these in here for the sake of argument. But see, it's easy. You just click and drag everything. So say you're looking for a stronger argument or more analysis. I think in mine, I think I might have my commonly used rubric. I like awkward. If a sentence is awkward, I just put that there. It's awkward. Commonly confused, it's missing a comma. It's a good point. I don't like contractions in my formal papers, things like that. No contractions. And obviously, I have not done that. You know, I'm not putting these in any specific place on this paper, but I'm just showing you how you just click and drag it over. And then in the end, if you say this is a 100-point assignment, I can say, oh, Emma, you got an 89. I can actually put the grade in and post it. So it's really interesting there. I'm going to take that out for this purpose. And then after I've done that, I can go in here on this comment section and I can actually leave her a voice comment. So after you grade an essay or a paper, sometimes you want to give feedback to an assignment. And if you just jot down words, the kids don't always know what you mean and they have to come talk to you. The great feature about this is that you just hit this record button and you copy and you actually record a voice comment. So I can say, Emma, I really liked your introduction, felt like you needed more evidence in your second body paragraph. Please watch your comma splices. You can give all this kind of feedback. It saves it. So when the student goes back in to see their grade and to look at the paper, not only can they see all of your comments, but they can listen to your voice comments. You can also write a text comment for the entire paper. It's really a great feature. And that saves a lot of students going, well, what did they mean by that written comment? So I think that part is really great. Another thing is anywhere on the paper, you can put your own comments in. You can type in, you can save them. So I just think it's a really time-consuming feature. There also is a peer mark feature, which I have not done. Many people have, but I haven't done that yet. There's still areas I'm exploring. I mainly use this for just grading essays or grading any kind of written assignment. I'll have homework. Sometimes I just have answers to questions I wanted, and I want to make sure that students are not copying each other's answers. I can just do that here. I can put any kind of written assignment on Turnitin. It also now accepts PowerPoint presentations, which is great. So students can upload their PowerPoint presentations and you can make sure that those are being paraphrased properly and that the sources are cited. And you can give direct feedback on a PowerPoint presentation. So basically I just wanted to show you this for Turnitin because I do think it's a great resource. There is an area here, and I don't know if I have the feature on right now. That's Quick Mark. But there are some papers that it automatically puts in, oh, it's not doing the service right now. On this, let's see, with grade mark, there are some that you can set it up so that it automatically, every time you pull it up, it will automatically just do your grammar for you immediately, and you don't have to worry about it. So I think that's really great too when you're grading. It can automatically do that part without you having to do anything. It's just a matter of settings, and then it'll show up. I think there's a paper in here that has that setting. Let me see. That I graded that way. Bradley Leibach's paper. That's not showing it here right now. Oh, there it is. So hit the purple, and so it does run-ons, and so you can actually set it up where it will do these features for you. Well, it will do some of that, so you don't even have to correct the grammar in some cases. So it just depends on what you want, but I think it's great. There are also some really interesting rubrics here. Let's look here. Let's see if it's on here. This one doesn't have it. This talks about the pages. They can see their comments. If you want to use Common Core standards, say you're looking for certain things, there are rubrics here that you can attach to the paper. And so let's see. So in other words, here is the Common Core standards for 11th and 12th grade argumentative papers. And so it actually will put in a rubric for you. It's loading right now. It's taking a while. But you see the rubric here. And so you can actually use this rubric to grade, which is really awesome. And then it will actually convert it to a numerical grade and put it in the grade book for you. But anyway, I basically just wanted to show you how Turnitin works because it's something we're considering. If it would be useful and help with your grading, I would definitely advocate for us getting it for the middle school. I don't know how much 5th and 6th would use it, but I'd be happy to look into that. 7th and 8th, I think it could be a real time saver for grading. Plus then you don't have to carry all the papers. Anywhere you have internet access, you have access to your students' papers. And I just think it's a really neat tool. So I wanted to share that with you. Just look it over, look and let me know what you think. And I will be happy to advocate if it's something you think you will use. Okay. I'm going to close out of this. As you see, I have all these papers. I can see all my classes, dates. I can see when things were submitted past the due date. There's just a lot of things. I mean, I've even done it for, you know, summary questions, any kind of questions. You can use it for all sorts of assignments. So just thought I'd show you. Okay. And there's my dashboard. There's my home. It talks about everything that's happening, your activity stream. You can see what percentage you've graded, what percentages have been submitted and turned in, and the average grade for that assignment. It really is pretty fascinating, and it's a great tool.